Earlier this week, the wife of former House Speaker Lee Chatfield came out in defense of her husband amid criminal investigations. Rebecca Chatfield's sister-in-law to the former speaker has come forward accusing him of sexually assaulting her as a teenager. As allegations swirl around Chatfield, a Grand Rapids representative is hoping his new bill will give support to survivors of sexual assault as they come forward. 13 on your side's Justin Bachman breaks down a House bill that could take a magnifying glass to Michigan's view of consent.
After being accused of lying by her sister-in-law, Rebecca Chatfield's attorney said in part, Stephanie Chatfield is responding to rape allegations against her husband in the traditional way by blaming the victim, calling her delusional, promiscuous, and implying that a girl below the age of consent invited her own abuse. State Representative David LaGrand says the allegations in this case are an example of grooming, and his new bill would set the standard to allow that argument in court. State Representative David LaGrand calls it death by 1,000 cuts.
The whole point of grooming is to normalize things that aren't normal and aren't permissible, and to break down people's consent.
He says the question of consent can't be seen as black and white.
And if that relationship started with patterns of and acts of grooming, and now the defense to that is, well, everything was consensual, that's a situation where, in a case like that, the whole story has to be able to be told.
He penned House Bill 5767, which would define grooming as a legal term and allow it to be used as evidence in criminal trials. He cited recent cases like the trial of Larry Nassar as an example where it could be used.
You'd have to be living under a rock to have not seen how many times this has been an issue that's come forward, right? All of the Epstein cases, for example.
He's hopeful the bill will pass quickly, but also knows how easy it is for a bill to get tossed aside.
The problem with our democracy in Michigan is that, there are lots of people who can say yes or no to even letting something like this get discussed as potential legislation. Lee Chatfield had that power himself.
We did receive a response from Lee Chatfield's attorney. In part, she told us the legislation to allow evidence of, quote, grooming to be admitted in court is an example of politicians purporting to solve a problem where none exists. Quote, unquote, grooming evidence is already admissible in court. Now you can find her full statement at 13onyourside.com.